Ho, ho, ho. You mean the first black world heavyweight champion, the Galveston Giant, Jack Johnson. You know, they call him the Galveston Giant because he was born in Galveston, Texas in 1878. Makes sense to me. You know, he lived a really crazy, wild life. And I'm not going to give you too much about his life other than the boxing because it's just too much to cover. But I got to tell you, this guy was something else. You know, as a kid, he grew up real poor in the 12th Ward with white kids and black kids, and they all seemed to get along. There really wasn't much sign for him for racism at that time. He'd find out about racism later on as he was in boxing. You know, when he was a kid sparring and learning to train in boxing, they didn't have any headgear or mouthpieces. They used to put cotton in their mouth with resin to kind of harden it up, give them a little protection that way. That's pretty crazy, but that's all they had back then. In 1903, he won the World Colored Heavyweight title. Yeah, there's a colored heavyweight title. And he defended that title 12 times. And in 1908, he won the World Heavyweight title, beating Tommy Burns. And on July 4th, 1910, he was fighting James Jeffrey in downtown Reno, Nevada, in front of a live crowd of 20,000 people. This was billed as the fight of the century, and white America was behind James Jeffrey to bring back the crown. Well, it wasn't going to work out that way, you know what I mean? They split the purse 75% to the winner and 25% to the loser, which I think is kind of good because if you're in their fight, you want that 75%. I think there's a less chance of a fix if something like that's going on. I want that 75%, you know what I mean? Well, anyway, the fight was a hell of a fight, but Jack Johnson knocked down James Jeffries twice in that fight, and in the 15th round, his corner threw in the towel. Jack Johnson is the winner once again. I can't give you the exact amount of record that he had because there's conflicting reports on that, but it said he's had about 123 professional fights, and that is insane. In 1990, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. You know, he was loved and he was hated. He loved the white women, and white America wasn't too happy about that. But he kind of lived life on his own terms, and I respect him for that. He passed away in 1946 at the age of 68 from a car accident. Jack Johnson, you're a hell of a fighter, you're a true champion, you're an all-time great. Rest in peace, champ.